Now, if anyone has just joined us here on the Natural Selection 2 Developer live stream, my name is Hugh, and I'm here with Dylan, Wasabi1 Savage, and we are streaming All In vs. Steel Confessors inside the Natural Selection 2 beta using the wonderful Insight Spectator mod by Hughes. And, wow, here we go. I think we are...
We're at 5 seconds till the game starts.
5 seconds till game start. That is fantastic. And we are live and off as soon as the countdown finishes. Boom, we're off. Let's check out what the Marines do at the start of this game. It looks like they're just thinking not a very fast spread. That's interesting. What? Oh, that was close. I just got a little bit of lag.
Aliens moved out all together through Glass Hallway and then kind of retreated back. So we've got A and Billy moving through Crossroads towards sub-access, while the rest of the aliens seem to be hanging out in Pipe Junction for the Marines that are in ventilation.
Yeah, it's the Marines seem to know where the aliens had a good sense of where the Marines were. They are coming around the back as well into ventilation. Here they come, not timing it from both angles perfectly, but they do come in from both sides, and it looks like they're going to be able to take down these Marines in here.
Over on the left side of the map, we've got Billy going up against Mobetta and Locklear in Computer Lab. Billy able to get away, but with about 50% health, while Locklear and Mobetta were untouched.
So it looks
here in the vent, Rusty and Zorix are quickly coming in.
So it looks like the Marines are effectively holding one close extractor. The aliens have one other harvester now at the moment, so fairly even, but the aliens definitely exercising some map control, and Locklear trying to hold this area. They can't afford to lose this extractor this early in the game. Looks like 2v1, they will be okay.
So great pressure by the alien team starting off. This could be a little bit difficult for the Marine team in the sense that the aliens are able to really kind of push across the map a little bit easier based on the start locations. You know, quickly moving up into Atrium. Again, with the way that the build has changed, aliens require that second hive in order to get any of their tiered abilities. So that means that until that second hive goes up, no leap, no blink, no nothing.
So back to tying the upgrades to hives, and it looks like the Marines now have 3 extractors. They have dropped flight control, and the aliens are now on 3 harvesters. And I'm not, those harvesters have not grown yet though, actually. This harvester and this harvester are not yet finished growing. And we can see that some of this map is missing textures and looking a bit rough. That's because it is a beta version of, it's like a new version of something. It's like a beta within a beta within a beta within a beta. Don't you laugh at me, boy. I know where you live.
A big push by the Marine team into ventilation, only to be taken out by a swarm of Skulks. Skulks quickly moving around from both the front and back side of the Marine squad out in Crevice. And we do have a second hive finally going up in Atrium, and it looks like it's building quick.
So we have a second hive in Atrium, but just outside the door in Crevice we do have Shaker and Locklear building up an extractor. So the Marines do have a position right outside this hive. And
now, Q, I want to see something exciting. Could you please press 4 right now in the Crevice fight?
Oh! Yeah, baby! Look at that. That is hectical. There's a good... What we have here is a hacked first-person spectator mode that has been done by Hughes, and that is just really, really cool. So you don't get the view model, but you do get something really awesome.
You're able to get at least a sense of the first-person view of what the player's doing. So it's pretty incredible. You know, as our community continues to hack at it, it'll be pretty awesome.
And for anyone that's just joined, this is Steel Confessors vs. All In live on the Natural Selection 2 Developer live stream. And during this game, we will be giving out a series of keys. We've already given out 1. We're going to give out at least 8, and we'll see how we go. So
pressure happening up in Atrium. Mobetta easily able to use that totally awesome ramp that's in this game right now. Going after the Gorge here as the Atrium Hive is now live. It does look like the Gorge died or either jumped into the Hive.
Yeah, he definitely jumped into the hive, so very cool Gorge work there. So it's great to see the Marines putting this pressure on this second hive. They know they need to. These hydras are up nicely, but of course that back door leads in here. And it looks like Mendes having a little bit of a joke, putting up some trees.
Yeah, we decided that Atrium needed more topiary.
It needed more topiary. Well, fair enough. That is pretty cool. Oh, the extractor just went down in flight control. We are now at 3 extractors to 3 harvesters.
This alien team is moving around really aggressively now in groups of 3. They're slightly splitting up just to kind of get a jump on the Marine team as they come in, but they're easily taking down these Marines from all sides.
And wow, that harvester just went down in data core, so an excellent push by the Marines. They did lose both soldiers, but it was definitely a positive outcome for them. Shaker trying to move to stop Zorix taking out this extractor and computer lab. That would be a bad tip for tap for Marines. I think they're going to be okay here, though. Whoa, the mine's going off there.
Wow.
That was...
Aliens pushing ventilation, trying to get these Marines down to as little res as possible. But here comes Ursol, Locklear, and Movetta. GG Chicken and A still working on this. Doesn't look, I mean, it looks like shotguns just came online not too long ago, but it doesn't look like any of these Marines are using them, except maybe Versol. But these aliens are just very good at what they do.
They are. I mean, the Marines did, early on in the game, have quite a bit of territory. They were pushing down all the way to Crevice. They had a lot of extractors there. They are now back down to 2 extractors. They'll be very annoyed about that because the aliens are sitting on... Now, let's take a look at this using John Madden mode. They are sitting on this much map, and you can see that here and here are hives, and here are harvesters. Now, the Marines are trying to fight for flight control here and ventilation to try and get half this map. But it is looking like a bit of alien map control at the moment.
Something, you know, good that the alien team has really done a great job of doing is really kind of splitting up the Marines. By constantly making the Marines have to fight for res, they're able to just take all the pressure off either of their hives and their upgrades. Gives the alien commander all this time to just build on all these abilities. And allows for all these skulks to just run around and have a lot of fun.
Yep, here we've got a skulk view right now. Obviously, sans jaws, we can't see his teeth, but this is really cool. We're watching this in first person. We've never ever had this in Natural Section 2 before. Hughes is a boss. This skulk currently equipped with Carapace evolution, and he's moving through the ventilation systems towards ventilation, as it were. Actually, checking there's no extractor there.
Marine team making a push back into flight control again. Still sitting on only 2 res nodes. They've lost 3. Does look like Armor 1 is finally researching at about 70%.
So Armor 1 going up, and that actually we have phase gates. I know you mentioned that before with Wasabi 1. So interesting that we do have those phase gates out before anything else. But of course, not doubting this team. They know what they're doing. Some close shotgun combat with Rusty the Lurk coming through. Skulk staying up on the ceilings and walls. And it looks like, yep, engaging these Marines at close quarters is great for the aliens. Marines need sightlines for their ranged weapons, and when they don't have them, they get in real trouble. Here's some first-person Marine right now, obviously without his weapon, but you can see the way he's checking his corners, going up into the roof, never walking into a room without looking up in natural setting, because you can encounter those aliens on the roofs.
Aliens are putting amazing pressure on Computer Lab right now, and this Marine team is just having a real difficult time.
Oh, did you see that kill by Movetta against GG's Chicken? He was right up in his face when he got him. So let's go over to Computer Lab and see what's going on there. Looks like 2 very weak Marines fighting against Zorix. I think those Marines will be okay. And Shaker doing a nice job trying to get in there and damage that Harvester. He's going to get taken out. So we've got phase gates, Armor 1, that's going to help against the fades, which are now inevitable. You can see that the aliens are now up to 39 res for Rusty and Chicken and 42 for Zorix. So we are going to see fades in the not too distant future. Wasabi-1, are you still there?
Yeah, sorry about that. I got an emergency phone call, but I'm back.
Oh, well, everyone's having emergencies. More cars exploding, emergencies. Far out, everything is trying to work against us having this cast, but we have, and note that down here in Hughes' excellent little thing, we have the fact that regeneration and carapace are up, and it's likely, given the aliens do have 2 hives, that they are using both, which makes them very, very tough to kill.
Yeah, and at this point, the alien commander has not researched any special tech path for the Atrium Hive. It's still, you know, unbound to either a shade or a shift. Not a whole lot the Marine team can do at this point. I mean, they are sitting on 3 res nodes. This alien team is quite strong. You know, I mean, with weapons 1 and armor 1, that helps a little bit, but you know, just they're not putting any pressure on the hives. They're just still really fighting to keep their res.
They are definitely. It is, the fight is all happening, and I know there's a fight going on there, but the fight is all happening in this area, not in this area, and it really needs to happen out here in the middle. Otherwise, the Marines are just going to get steamrolled, and there is an extractor going down right there in Computer Lab. And
Flight control also going down. I mean, I would say that this game is pretty close to over at this point.
yeah, the Marines are definitely in a lot of trouble. They have lost res flow. They have 17 at the moment. The aliens have 53. The fade blink is now at 75%, so we are going to be seeing fades very soon. No doubt GG's Chicken and Zorax will be evolving very soon.
Rusty loving it right now too, as those spikes are about to go online, which is going to make him one heck of a get.
Check out this first-person view of this lurk flying in and out of these Marines. You can see the regeneration effects sparking around his eyes right now because he is regenerating his health.
Billy and Mobetta going against each other down in sub-access. Billy able to take down Mobetta and begins to attack the IP, but Mr. Lova comes in, or Lova. Spikes are now online, so we should start seeing some major pressure by Rusty after he regens here. But this team is just moving out in force together. Looks like Mobetta is actually about to run off and go for ventilation. But look at this, the alien team has now dropped third hive.
Third hive. Far, you can see that in the bottom right of your screen here. You can see those 3 hives going up, and that's just, it's just really bad for the Marines in general. You just cannot fight against an alien team like this with one extractor. They are managing to take it out on Harvester and Ventilation, but the infestation is all still there, and it's just generally not looking very good. So now, really, we're going to see the endgame. We're going to see what the aliens can do to just lock this down and win, and try and not allow these Marines to roar out the fight.
Aliens have finally gone for the shift evolution up in Atrium, which means that we'll probably start seeing adrenaline here in a little bit. Adrenaline makes, well, it's every alien's best friend because you can just fight and fight and fight without losing any energy, really.
Yep, adrenaline is nasty, especially combined with the Fade's blink. Look at that, far out. I believe I'm spectating Air at the moment. He is a Fade, so he's blinking around like a crazy person. You can see in his first-person view right here. Now he's camping the infantry portal, going to take out Shaker as soon as he spawns, and I think this could be GG right here. The infantry portals are camped. The aliens are in here taking out the infantry portals. What do you reckon, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of Marine teams can do at this point. Love seeing this throwback off the IPs when they're spawning in. Gives them just that little bit of a chance to do something. But against 4 or 5 aliens, there's really not a whole lot you can do, and the GGs are thrown up by Steel Confessors.
So at the start of that game, I mean, we saw the Marine team push down into crevice down here. So they did have a nice push going, and they had a chance to take up a position here, maybe with a phase, get into this Atrium Hive. Unfortunately, weren't able to execute. And look at that alien map domination. They just totally knew what was going on. So now these teams are probably going to take a short break and then jump straight back into the opposite side. So that is now 1 love to all in.